Infantry Outdoors is sponsored in part by Lady B with the National Motor Club. Drive protected, drive with the Motor Club. And by donations from viewers like you. Infantry Outdoors is proudly partnered with the National Parks Conservation Association, preserving our national parks for the future, and Aquanauts Adaptive Aquatics.
Hey Outdoors family, and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, DJ Infantry, back with another great adventure. Today we're going to be talking about something that's very important, whether you're hiking, biking, camping, on a boat, whatever it might be. We're going to talk about basic compass navigation. And as always, this episode, along with all of our episodes, are sponsored by Lady B with the National Motor Club. If you guys are driving around and you're not protected, I don't know what you're waiting for. All of her information is in the link below, so make sure you click it. Get yourself the service that for a few dollars a month will let you rest easy wherever you go, whatever you do. Whether it's your car, someone else's car, or even if you're out in the outdoors like I am now. Today's adventure, we're going to be talking about something that everybody really should know is how to use a compass. It's very small, fits in your pocket, and the best part about it is no batteries required. It always works, it always runs, provided you do not have any bubbles inside of your compass. Now, I'm going to apologize for the wind today, guys. It is very windy down here. We're getting into fall, and that's what made me want to kind of do this video. Is many of you are getting out into the woods just as I am, and you're going to start hunting, you're going to start camping, and you're going to start doing a lot of different things. Well, make sure that you put this in your pack first. This is a tool that I've had this compass since Cub Scouts, and it has served me time and time again. Today we're going to talk about some of the basic features, the basic uses of a compass, and how to basically navigate safe direction. So first, let's take a look at the compass and point out some of the different features that the compass has. Okay, first thing that we're going to notice, I'm going to try to make it as clean and clear as I can, is there's a big dot right here. This is a magnifying mirror. Should you get stuck, should you do whatever, you can magnify the sun to create fire, or should you be like me and you're visually impaired, which I've used it many a times, help you read a map or charts or whatever you might be using. This right here does in fact magnify. You guys can see my finger back there. Also on here has got a couple stencils, which I've never used or found any use for. There's also ruler markings on the sides, and very important to note it, guys, is the dot. Now this dot basically is the dot that tells you where to go, what direction to walk, where you're going to navigate. So we're going, wherever we go, whatever we do, we're going to use that to point in the direction that we want. Looking at the rest of the compass, now over here, you guys will see a ring. Now this ring does rotate, it does move, and you'll notice that inside of the compass, I call these the field goal, but these two little dots right here rotate with the compass. Now we're going to get into what that's for in just a little bit. The other part of the compass that you'll notice, obviously, is the needle itself. Now these needles are magnetic, meaning they are going to direct you to magnetic north. Now red on my compass being north, black being south. Also on the outside edge of the compass, those are your bearing numbers, your degrees. What bearing or degree are you going to be hiking? What direction are you going to be traveling? Now if you have a map, this can be used in relations to maps and charts, or it can just give you a simple heading or simple bearing or direction of which you're going to want to walk. So that's the compass, very simple, got a lanyard on the end, and like I said, I've had this since Cub Scouts, guys. You know, it's something that you keep in your pack, it's always good to have, or even keep one in your pocket, because when the power goes out, this will always work. Now let's get into some of the basic uses and how to use this compass. Okay, so we've seen the compass, we've seen the features of it, and basically how to use it. Now let's put it into practice. Today I'm going to be using a tree that is right over here to my right to basically give you an idea of how to find a bearing and to follow a bearing. Now, first thing we want to do is identify the direction of travel that we want to go into. In our case, it's going to be in the direction towards the tree. So we're going to take our compass, and as I stated before, this is where our green dot comes into real play. We're going to line up our green dot with our tree, and those two field goals are going to come into play. Now your needle is always going to point north and south. That's just how it is. It's always going to do that on a magnetic compass. So our needles are automatically going to go to north and south. But that's not the direction we're traveling in. We want to go to the tree. So what you do is you point your compass at the tree, and we're going to move this dial to put what they call the red in the shed or kick a field goal. Those two little dots that were on there, we're going to put the north needle in between those two dots, just like I did here, and now that will give us our bearing or heading for where we're going to go. In this case, we're on a bearing of 200 degrees. And I'll show you guys. 200 degrees. So now that we have our bearing, now that we know that we're going to walk this direction, we're going to keep the compass as flat and as safe as we can in our hand, and that's the direction that we're going to follow. Now obviously keep in mind that maybe you're out hunting and this is where you parked your car and you want to return back to your vehicle, look at where your needle is pointing in the opposite direction so that you can know right away that our return direction will be 15 degrees to come back. So we have 200 degrees that way, 15 degrees to come back to the car. Basically, as long as you're looking this way, if you're going to travel that way, look that way to come back. Very simple, very easy, no math, no nothing needed. So we're going to take our bearing of 200 degrees, walk to the tree, but we're going to keep a pace count. Now for every so many paces, you might want to remember a number. For example, for every 10 paces, that would be 1. For every 100 paces, that would be 1, so that you can get a general idea of how far you're walking. This may not be in feet, this may not be in meters or in clicks, but at least it gives you a general idea of how far you have been traveling over your distance. So for every 10 feet that I travel, or every 100 feet in my case, for every 100 feet that I walk, I'm going to count 1. For every 200 feet, I'm going to count 2. For every 300 feet, 3. This way it gives me a larger area of travel, but also gives me a pace count, so I know how far I traveled should I want to return back, or if I need to radio somebody, hey, I went 400 paces that way, or 500 paces this way, they'll be able to come and find me. Very simple stuff, guys. A compass is a very, very, very handy tool to have, and as you see, it's really not that hard to operate. Just point in the direction that you want to go, put your dot in that direction, get yourself your bearing and your heading, and again, if you want to come back, just look at the bottom part of the compass. That'll tell you what direction to spin to get back to your vehicle. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope that you learned a little bit. Hope you guys keep a compass in either your car, your rucksack, your bug out bag, or even your pocket, man. It's a really great device, really great tool to have, because when the power goes out, it doesn't. So for this adventure of Infantry Outdoors, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that this always inspires you to get outdoors. If you have a product you'd like to see us review, or something you'd like to have me talk about, drop it in the comments below, or you can write to us at infantryoutdoors@yahoo.com. How good are you with a compass? Drop it in the comments below and let me know if there's anything I missed or anything you guys want to see. So until next time, I hope this inspires you to get outdoors. We'll see you then.